Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being well-informed. Today, we're doing something a bit different. We're not looking at the news, but diving into a really masterfully told story. Shari Lapena's An Unwanted Guest.
Yeah, it's a fantastic example of that classic setup, strangers, remote locations, storm.
Exactly. We're plunging into this world where a snowbound inn traps a whole group of people and, well, all their secrets start bubbling up as things get increasingly creepy. So our mission today is really to unpack how the author, Lapena, does it. How she builds that suspense, creates these complex characters, and just unravels this whole tangled mess of lies.
And what's so clever, I think, is the setting itself. Mitchell's Inn, right?
Yeah.
This fancy, isolated place up in the Catskills. It's not just a background.
No, it feels active.
It totally does. It becomes this pressure cooker. It looks cozy, luxurious even, but that just makes the shift feel even more stark when things go wrong. The real danger isn't the storm outside. It's inside, with them.
That's a great point. You feel that claustrophobia almost immediately, don't you? Even before the first big event. So we'll be digging into the author's choices, the early tensions, the big shocks, and how this whole perfect facade just crumbles.
Right.
Imagine you're right there with us, kind of watching it all happen, trying to figure out who's lying, who's telling the truth, feeling that suspicion build. So let's unpack this thing.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the story kicks off with this real sense of unease. Right away, the author paints this picture of guests struggling through this awful snowstorm to get to Mitchell's Inn. It's Friday afternoon.
Yeah, the weather's getting worse, and it just sets this perfect ominous mood, doesn't it?
Totally. So first up, we meet Gwen Delaney. She's described as a city girl, and she's driving, gripping the wheel like it's a video game she's losing.
Yeah, clearly stressed. And she's got Riley Shooter with her, who's really quiet, kind of tense. Gwen's already thinking maybe bringing her was a bad idea.
Right. So there's friction there from the start. It's not just the storm outside. There's this internal thing going on, too.
Yeah, the author's clever doing that. It's not just random people arriving. They're bringing their own, baggage and anxieties right into the mix. Set the stage perfectly.
Okay, then David Paley shows up. Top criminal lawyer, arrives alone. He's apparently looking forward to more gracious, more innocent time. But ironic, given his job.
Yeah, escaping the grim stuff. Or so he hopes.
Then we get Lauren Day and Ian Beaton. Ian's driving, apparently really good at it, even in the snow. And they actually run into Gwen and Riley.
Oh, right. Their car's in a ditch.
Exactly. Skidded off the road. So Lauren and Ian give them a lift. It's this small act, but it forces them all together, right away. Uncomfortably close.
And Lauren notices something about Riley straight off, doesn't she? Something odd.
Yeah, she does. That quietness, that tension.
That's such a key detail. That forced intimacy, we sometimes call it. Strangers thrown together, relying on each other before they even get properly trapped. It's a great setup for the isolation to come. They're not blank slates. They've got these immediate impressions, these little judgments already forming.
Yeah, definitely priming us for conflict. Okay, who else? Beverly and Henry Sullivan. A couple kind of struggling, drifting marriage is how it's put.
Hoping the weekend helps them reconnect, get away from their difficult teenagers.
Right. And Beverly's even brought a new nightgown. It's this little detail, but it says a lot about her hope, I guess. Maybe desperation.
Yeah, it's quite poignant, actually. Adds that personal layer.
And finally, Matthew Hutchinson and his fiancée, Dana Hart. He's rich, heir to a fortune. She's described as stunningly beautiful and very aware of it.
Right, the glamour couple. Looking for some quiet time before the wedding stress hits.
So you see, everyone's got their own reason for being there, their own hopes or problems, marital issues, new relationships, escaping work.
Exactly. The author sets up all these different personal stakes right from the beginning. And you just know. You know these stories are going to collide, especially when they get stuck together. The politeness is already feeling kind of thin, even before anything actually happens.
It really is. Okay, so they all gather for cocktails. Brief moment of, well, maybe not calm, but relative normalcy. We meet Bradley, the hotel guy. Young, seems confident. He's the owner's son, James Harwood's son.
Right, serving drinks, mentions they're short-staffed because of the weather. Another little detail that adds to the isolation.
And Dana's beauty really stands out here. Everyone notices her. But Lauren specifically, she seems really irritated by Dana's, quote, awareness of her own gorgeousness.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Lauren's reaction, it feels personal. Like there's something else going on there beneath the surface. It's a tiny thread, but the author puts it there early. Why Dana? What's Lauren's deal?
Good question. Then David Paley, the lawyer, gets talking about his job defending murderers. He says something like, justice works on TV, but not always in real life.
Ooh, bit of foreshadowing there, maybe. Hinting that things are about to get messy and unfair.
Could be. And then Candace White arrives. She's a writer, nonfiction apparently, came up early to escape family stuff and finish a book. And she's watching everyone, like really observing.
The observer character, always useful in a mystery.
Yeah. And then overnight, the storm really hits hard. Ice, wind, and the power lines go down. Total darkness.
And that's the pivot, right? From tense weekend getaway to something much darker. The atmosphere just shifts completely.
It really does. Because early Saturday morning, Lauren finds Dana's body at the foot of the big staircase. She screams, wakes everyone up.
Yeah. And then David Paley steps in, Mr. Criminal Lawyer. And he just looks and says, basically, nope, not an accident. This looks like murder.
Right. It's such a strong move by the author. No messing around with, did she fall or was she pushed? Paley's expertise just cuts through that. It immediately frames everything differently. We're straight into a murder investigation unofficially.
Exactly. Suspicion from moment one. And he even notes the head injury, how she hit the step. It plants that seed of deliberate action, doesn't it? It forces you, the reader, and all the characters to start looking at each other differently.
Definitely. So Dana's dead.
Right.
Murdered, according to Paley. The inn is now officially a crime scene, but completely cut off. No phones, no way out, no police coming anytime soon.
Total isolation. The perfect closed room scenario.
Matthew, Dana's fiancé, he's obviously devastated, shocked. David advises him, lawyer mode activated, stay quiet, stay in your room.
But Matthew later admits to David they'd argued, right? About his mother not liking Dana, and he's worried someone might have heard.
And someone did. Beverly Sullivan, the one with the troubled marriage. She tells David she overheard them arguing late Friday night.
See? The author immediately throws suspicion onto the grieving fiancé. Classic misdirection. It plays on our expectations, of course. The partner is often a suspect. But is it too obvious?
Could be. And then things get even more complicated. Riley, Gwen's quiet friend, the journalist, she drops an absolute bombshell.
Oh, yeah. This is a big one.
She reveals that David Paley, the guy calling it murder, was arrested years ago for his own wife's murder. Charges were dropped. Not enough evidence, but still.
Wow. Huge twist. Suddenly, the expert voice, the one bringing clarity, is himself under this massive cloud of suspicion. It just injects this incredible level of paranoia, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Who can you possibly trust now?
Exactly. Gwen is totally thrown because she was starting to, connect with David a bit. Now she's terrified. It really muddies the waters. Everyone's got secrets.
It's brilliant writing. It keeps shifting your focus, making you doubt everyone, even the person who seems most rational.
And the body count doesn't stop there. Later, Candace White, the writer, is found dead in her room.
Strangled. With a scarf. Eyes open. Horrifying.
Yeah. David notes the details again. Reinforces the murder theory, obviously. Things are escalating fast. So David takes charge, organizes a search of the whole inn.
Trying to find clues. Or maybe the killer.
Both, probably. And during the search, they find something weird. Room 302, it's empty, but the bed's unmade, towels used. It looks like someone was staying there secretly.
Ooh, the mystery guest element. That's creepy. Adds another layer of the unknown. Is there someone else here they don't know about?
Right. More paranoia. And then, as if things weren't tense enough, Matthew, Dana's fiancé, reveals he has a gun. For protection, he says.
Oh boy. Grief, suspicion, secrets, and now a gun in the mix. That just dials the fear up to 11. Anything could happen now. The author is really tightening the screws. That unmade room decal, too. It's subtle, but it makes the space feel dangerous, not just the people.
Absolutely. Okay, so fast forward. The survivors are huddled in the lobby. Power's still out. It's freezing. Fear is just thick in the air.
You can just imagine the atmosphere. Awful.
And the tension just snaps. Henry Sullivan, Beverly's husband, he gets totally agitated, starts accusing Ian Beaton, Lauren's partner, of being the killer. He actually suggests they should kill Ian.
Whoa. It's really breaking down, isn't it? Civilization just evaporating under the pressure.
Totally. David has to step in, calm things down, warns them about how fear makes people dangerous. It's a scary glimpse of mob mentality.
Yeah, the author shows how quickly things can descend when the rules break down.
Yeah.
Primal fear takes over.
And Matthew, still armed and grieving, decides he's going to hunt the killer himself. David has to follow him, try and stop him doing something stupid.
God, it's chaos. Pure chaos.
And in the middle of all this pressure, more secrets come out. Riley, remember, Gwen's tense friend. She finally explains why she's been so jumpy.
The PTSD.
Yeah, severe PTSD. She was held hostage, witnessed horrible violence covering a war. It explains everything about her anxiety. It's this incredibly vulnerable moment.
It really reframes her character, doesn't it? Makes you see her completely differently. You realize her reactions weren't necessarily suspicion, but trauma resurfacing. It's a powerful way to show how hidden pain affects people, especially under stress.
Definitely adds depth. Then Ian confesses his secret, that dark thing from his
The
past.
drowning, his little brother.
Yeah. When he was 13, he lied about leaving his brother Jason alone near a pond, and Jason drowned. He's carried that guilt ever since. But David's watching him, and he thinks Ian might still be holding something back, still lying somehow.
More layers.
Mm.
And didn't Lauren also admit something around then?
She did. She admits she wasn't actually with Ian all afternoon, like she'd claimed earlier, so now they're both looking shifty. Every confession just seems to open up more questions.
It's a masterclass in spreading suspicion. Everyone seems potentially guilty because everyone is hiding something, even if it's not the murders. The author uses their pasts against them and against our ability to figure things out.
And just when you think it can't get worse, Bradley, the owner's son, the young guy from the hotel staff,
Oh no, not him.
he's found dead outside, blow to the head. James, his father, the owner, just loses it. Grief, rage, shouting at the guest, demanding to know who killed his boy.
That's brutal. An innocent, really. It makes the killer seem even more ruthless.
The whole situation is just unbearable. And Riley, overwhelmed by everything, the PTSD, the deaths, she just runs out, flees into the blizzard.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So now there's a frantic search for her in the storm. Gwen, James, Lauren, Ian, everyone who's left is pushed to the absolute limit. It feels utterly hopeless.
What a nightmare.
Okay, so picture this. Absolute rock bottom, freezing, terrified, more people dead, Riley lost in the storm, and then suddenly the lights flicker back on, powers restore.
Finally. A bit of hope.
You'd think, but the light reveals another horror. Henry Sullivan, the guy who wanted to kill Ian, he's dead in his armchair.
Oh, come on. Another one.
Yep, and right around then, finally, Sergeant Sorensen and her officers arrive. On snowmobiles. Order, authority, finally breaking through the isolation.
About time. So the official investigation begins.
Right. Sorensen starts piecing things together. Multiple murders, a missing person, though they soon find Riley's body outside. Died of exposure. Tragic.
So Sorensen starts questioning everyone again, presumably.
Yeah. David Paley is back in the hot seat because of that old accusation about his wife. Sorensen mentions that Candace White, the murdered writer, was known for true crime. David panics a bit internally because even though he didn't kill Candace, it looks bad.
But that turns out to be wrong, doesn't it?
Totally wrong. A technician checks Candace's laptop. She wasn't writing true crime at all. It was a romance novel.
Huh. That's a great red herring by the author. Plays on expectations. You assume the writer in the murder mystery is writing about murder, right? Shows how easily we jump to conclusions.
Definitely. And then the physical evidence starts to matter. Near where Bradley was killed outside, they find something small.
The earring.
The diamond earring. And it's quickly identified as belonging to Lauren Day.
Lauren, okay. Things are starting to point somewhere specific now.
Exactly. That earring, plus the fact that Henry's death is later confirmed to be from sleeping pills, not a heart attack, and the info about Candace's real book, the pieces start clicking.
So Lauren gets called in.
She does, and the whole story just unravels. She confesses this horrifying past. She knew Dana years ago, 15 years, from a group home. Dana's real name was Danny.
A group home, so they had a history.
A bad one. Dana apparently made Lauren's life hell, taunted her relentlessly. And worse, Lauren admits that back then she pushed another kid, a boy, off a roof.
Killed him.
What? Seriously. And Dana saw it, or claimed she did. Dana tried to blackmail Lauren right there at the inn with a note saying, "I saw what you did." She must have meant the boy, but Lauren assumed she meant Dana herself somehow, or maybe just panicked. The motive is suddenly crystal clear. Silence Dana.
Wow. So Lauren wasn't just irritated by Dana's glamour. She was terrified of her because of this shared dark past. That changes everything.
Completely. It shows how that initial, seemingly minor observation from Lauren was actually rooted in something incredibly deep and dangerous. The author planted that seed perfectly.
It really drives home how someone like Lauren, this psychopath, can just blend in.
Yeah.
She used everyone else's drama, Matthew's grief, the Sullivans' marriage problems, David's past as a perfect cover for her own actions. She exploited the chaos.
She confesses to everything. pushing Dana down the stairs, strangling Candace because she found the blackmail note, and Lauren panicked, thinking Candace might expose her, hitting Bradley with a boot scraper when he stumbled upon her near the body, maybe, and poisoning Henry with Ambien she stole from Riley's bag, making it look like a heart attack.
Stealing Riley's pills.
Yeah.
Cold, just ice cold. She's described as a chameleon, right? Mirroring emotions but feeling nothing.
Exactly. A calculating psychopath hiding in plain sight.
It really makes you question appearances, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
How easily we can be fooled, how our own assumptions blind us. Lauren used the whole situation perfectly.
But wait for it. There's one last twist. The author isn't quite done.
Ooh, what else?
The deep dive ends with this final, chilling revelation. Beverly Sullivan, Henry's wife, the one hoping to reconnect. She found out Henry was having an affair, saw messages on his phone during the blackout.
No way.
And she was the one who gave Henry the fatal dose of sleeping pills. She used the pills Lauren had stolen from Riley's bag, left the empty bottle there to frame Lauren perfectly for that murder, too.
So Beverly got away with it.
Completely. She leaves the inn at the end, free, even smiling slightly. Her secret is buried under Lauren's pile of crimes.
That is, wow. That's a gut punch. It completely subverts everything again. The killer wasn't just the obvious psychopath. There was this quiet opportunist, too, using the chaos for her own ends. Mundane betrayal leading to murder, hidden behind the more dramatic crimes.
Right. It just underscores that idea that evil isn't always this big, obvious thing. Sometimes it's quiet, calculated, and walks away unnoticed. Justice isn't always served, just like David Paley said at the start.
Incredible. What a web.
Oh, an intricate web, yeah. Deceit, secrets, violence. This deep dive into An Unwanted Guest really shows how fast that civilized mask can slip under pressure, reveals the darkness underneath and the disturbingly ordinary reasons people might kill or let others take the fall.
It's a brilliant demonstration of how an author weaves together trauma, social tension, isolation, all of it to create something so gripping. And maybe the real horror isn't just the murders, but the everyday betrayals and manipulations hidden within them. Lauren exploiting the chaos, Beverly exploiting Lauren.
It really is. And it leaves you thinking, doesn't it? That final provocative thought. What if that ice storm never hit? Would all those secrets have just stayed buried?
Or was it all inevitable? Were these people with their specific pasts and problems always on collision course? Did the storm just speed it up, force the outcome?
Maybe. Something for you to ponder as you go about your day.